Welcome to the safari, where the animals come to play.
The lion on safari says roar, roar, roar.
The elephant on safari says trumpet, trumpet,
The
trumpet.
zebra on safari says neigh, neigh, neigh.
The gorilla on safari says thump, thump, thump.
Roar,
Welcome
trumpet,
to the safari,
neigh, thump.
where the hippo on safari says splash, splash, splash.
The crocodile on safari says snap, snap.
The rhino on safari says snort, snort, snort.
The leopard on safari says
Growl, growl, growl.
splash,
Welcome
snap,
to the safari,
snort, growl.
where the flamingo on safari says honk, honk, honk.
The ostrich on safari says boom, boom, boom.
The baboon on safari says bark, bark, bark.
The antelope on safari says bleat, bleat, bleat. Honk,
Welcome
boom,
to the
bark,
safari,
bleat.
where the meerkat on safari says chirp, chirp, chirp.
The snake on safari says hiss, hiss, hiss.
The warthog
grunt,
on safari
grunt.
says grunt, grunt, grunt.
The wildebeest on safari says moo, moo, moo.
Chirp,
Welcome to
hiss,
the safari,
grunt, moo.
where the animals come to
The giraffe on safari says hum, hum, hum.
The monkey on safari says
Ooh, ooh, ah,
The
ah.
jackal on safari says
Howl, howl, howl.
The camel on safari says groan, groan, groan.
Welcome to the safari,
Howl.
where the animals come to play.
Growl.
Welcome to the safari, where the animals come to play.
The lion on safari says roar, roar, roar.
The elephant on safari says trumpet, trumpet,
The
trumpet.
zebra on safari says neigh, neigh, neigh.
The gorilla on safari says thump, thump, thump.
Roar,
Welcome to
trumpet,
the safari,
neigh, thump.
where
The hippo on safari says splash, splash, splash.
The crocodile on safari says snap, snap.
The rhino on safari says snort, snort, snort.
The leopard on safari says
Growl, growl, growl.
splash,
Welcome to
snap,
the safari,
snort, growl.
where
The flamingo on safari says honk, honk, honk.
The ostrich on safari says boom, boom, boom.
The baboon on safari says bark, bark, bark.
The antelope on safari says bleat, bleat, bleat. Honk,
Welcome
boom,
to the safari,
bark, bleat.
where
The meerkat on safari says chirp, chirp, chirp.
The snake on safari says hiss, hiss, hiss.
The warthog
grunt,
on safari
grunt.
says grunt, grunt, grunt.
The wildebeest on safari says moo, moo, moo.
Chirp,
Welcome to the
hiss.
safari,
Grunt,
where the
moo.
animals come to
The giraffe on safari says hum, hum, hum.
The monkey on safari says
Ooh, ooh, ah,
The
ah.
jackal on safari says
Howl, howl, howl.
The camel on safari says groan, groan, groan.
Welcome to the safari,
Howl.
where the animals come to play.
Growl.
Animal sound.
The T-Rex in the volcano says roar, roar, roar. The woolly mammoth in the Iceland says trumpet, trumpet, trumpet. The Triceratops in the canyon says stomp, stomp, stomp. The pterodactyl in the mountain says screech, screech, screech. The saber-toothed tiger in the forest says growl, growl, growl. The ankylosaurus in the jungle says clang, clang, clang. The plesiosaur in the ocean says splash, splash, splash. The spinosaurus in the river says snap, snap, snap. The stegosaurus in the valley says thump, thump, thump. The archaeopteryx in the tree says flap, flap, flap. The dodo in the island says honk, honk, honk. The megalosaurus in the tundra says bellow, bellow, bellow. The woolly rhino in the snowfield says snort, snort, snort. The pachycephalosaurus in the hills says bonk, bonk, bonk. The dimetrodon in the desert says hiss, hiss, hiss. The iguanodon in the plain says bleat, bleat, bleat. The megalania in the swamp says grunt, grunt, grunt. The mosasaurus in the deep sea says glub, glub, glub. The quagga in the meadow says neigh, neigh, neigh. The giant sloth in the jungle says hum, hum, hum. The terror bird in the grassland says boom, boom, boom. The glettod toad in the valley says clack, clack, clack. The pterosaur in the volcano sky says whoosh, Megaloceros in the tundra says, bellow, bellow, bellow. The woolly rhino in the snowfield says, snort, snort, snort. The pachycephalosaurus in the hills says, bong, bong, bong. The dimetrodon in the desert says, hiss, hiss, hiss. The iguanodon in the plains says, greet, greet, greet. The megalania in the swamp says, grunt, grunt, grunt. The mosasaurs in the deep sea says, glub, glub, glub. The quagga in the meadow says, neigh, 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 neigh. The giant sloth in the jungle says, hump, hump, hump. The terror bird in the grassland says, boom, boom, boom. The glyptodon in the valley says, clack, clack, clack. The pterosaur in the volcano sky says, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The Dunkleosteus in the coral reef says, crunch, crunch, crunch. The